Hey everyone, John here, and welcome to the Toy Box. Today I'm going to unbox and review the Cynthia Nendoroid figure from the Good Smile Company. I got it off of PokemonCenter.com for $49.99. This is my first Nendoroid figure, and it's just fitting that it's a Pokemon character. I'm really excited to get this figure, so let's get started with the unboxing. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox the figure. So, let's take a look at the box first. Here is the front. We have a picture of Cynthia with her Garchomp, and here we see on the top corner, Good Smile Company, and Pokemon Center. On the top panel, that's where they have their UPC code, and they have another pose you can put Cynthia in. And on the two side panels, if you look closely, it has Cynthia's name, and two more style poses you can put her in. On the other side, two additional poses. And if you look in the back, it has a picture of the figure, her Garchomp, two of them together, and it has a list of the contents. We get one body, two faces, 5 arms, 5 hands, and 3 legs. One Pokemon Garchomp, one Pokeball, and a base with a stand. So let's go ahead and open up the box. Put the open box up here. Let these guys hold it. And here we have the Cynthia figure. We have her Garchomp. The two faces are right here. We have Garchomp's extra fins right here. The tail. We have the 3 arms right here. There is an extra hand. Pokeball. And another leg. And here we have a stand. There's everything. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and unpackage the figures, and we'll go ahead and look at each part individually. This figure also came with an instruction pamphlet here for Cynthia. It has the warning here that basically says you shouldn't force some parts of the product or it'll break. Next we have the content list. This lists everything that came in the package and a brief instructions on how to put them together. There's one for Garchomp and here's the one for Cynthia. So I laid out all the parts above right here. This is everything you get in the pack. So let's go one by one. Here is the Cynthia figure. If you notice, I left the plastic. I took the plastic off of everything, but I left the plastic on this one because I want to show something important. This figure can be taken apart in several places, and what the Good Smile Company did was they package it so they put plastic parts in between areas that can be taken apart, so you know which parts of the figure you're supposed to take apart and which parts you are not. Here is one of Garchomp's fins. This is the second face for Cynthia, the one with her eyes closed. Here is Garchomp's main body. The next we have fin, tail. Here are the 3 arms that I talked about earlier. She gets 1 extra leg. This one right here is the hand. And then, of course, we have the Pokeball right here. And these pieces right here are the stand. This figure cannot stand on its own. You have to use a stand. And this is the pieces for it. And I'm actually not sure what this last piece is here. I looked for it in the instruction manual and I didn't really see anything on my first glance. So let's start building the figure. Alright, before we look at Cynthia, let's look at her partner Pokemon Garchomp. One of the reasons why her Generation 4 team was so hard. So here's the figure. Garchomp didn't have any extra pieces, so every piece that came with Garchomp is going to be there at all times. You have movement here in the arms. The legs move. The legs can move this way and that way. It's probably best to have him balanced like this on his tail and on his back legs. And Garchomp's head, it looks like it's on a ball joint, so it can move in pretty much any pose. Make him look right or left, right, up, down, forward. There's plenty of movement for Garchomp and many poses that you could put Garchomp in, which is pretty cool. Here is the Cynthia figure. This is the pose that she came with right out of the box, and if you look on the side, this is how the stand works. We have one piece of this stand going into the back of her head and one piece going down into this stand, and these are pegs that just fit inside the hole here. So there are several places where Cynthia is you can make poses. You have the arms, the legs, and you can turn her head in pretty much any direction, just like Garchomp. So to use the extra pieces, some of her pieces come off. You can remove her hair, just like this. And I know this looks like something out of a horror movie, but the faces come off like that. You can put a new face by just sliding them this way and putting the hair back on by sliding these pieces into these slots. You have a different spot. The legs, they can come off, and we can put one of the extra legs right into that spot. Now we have a different one right here. The body, the head can come off from the body just like this. Her little scarf, when I first took off the scarf, I got scared because I had no idea which way it was supposed to go. But if you look very closely, there is a little arrow that points to the front. So this is the part of the scarf that should be facing forward. And the arms come off this way. And you can put any other arm into its place. So now we have this one. And this one just happens to have a Pokeball. So we can go ahead and put the Pokeball into its place. Like that. I'll go ahead and put the scarf back on. And put it on. And put on her head. So there we have her. So now I'm gonna go ahead and explore the figure and go ahead and make some poses with her and Garchomp. And I'll go ahead and show you guys my favorites. This is Cynthia the Champion. When you defeat the Elite Four and enter the final door, you will see this. She is ready to go and already has her first Pokemon in hand. Is it Garchomp? It really doesn't matter because her entire team is powerful and you'd better be ready for a fight. This is Cynthia the Scholar. Cynthia isn't just a powerful trainer, she's also a scholar. When she isn't defending her title as champion, she is studying and pondering over the many mysteries of Sinnoh. Chances are you can find her in one of the ruins. This is Cynthia and Garchomp. When you're a Pokemon trainer, you're never alone. You'll always have your trusted partner by your side. Whenever Cynthia sees a challenge in front of her, you can be sure that Garchomp will be there with her. This is Cynthia the human being. This one is my favorite pose for Cynthia and Garchomp. Cynthia really loves Pokemon over everything else, and this pose shows it. She's a very strong trainer, but like any great trainer, she has a soft spot for her Pokemon. Her Garchomp has a soft spot for her too. This has been the Cynthia Nendoroid Figure review. In general, I really like this figure. It has a lot of potential, and it comes with a Pokemon. It isn't cheap though. At $49.99, the figure can be a little pricey. For me, this was money well spent. I like displaying toys and action figures in my room, and this one will fit right in. On top of that, I've always wanted a set of trainer figures that I can display, and it seems like there will be more in the future. One warning I will give is that there are many small parts. You don't want to lose anything, and you really don't want a small child to get his or her hands on them. For me, I'm going to keep the packaging and keep all the small parts inside. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments in the comment section below, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Don't stop playing.